to be with you again here in this place where we get to hear stories and be together. Today, I'm going to get right into this story because it's an important one. So let's start with our candle. We have everything that we need. You're here, and I'm here. The candle is lit, reminding us that God is always with us, and we have a story. We begin with this black cloth. I rather like the color black. You can see things on it really well. This story is called The Way of the Cross. I'll show you what I have over here today. I have a collection . I have a collection of crosses. When you come to church, you might have noticed that we have crosses around. You might have seen this big cross behind me before. There's one above the altar, and they're kind of around. The cross is a symbol. And a symbol is something that helps us remember an important story. The story of the cross is one of the most important stories for us. I think that might be why there's crosses all around. And to tell this story, it's going to take me lots of videos this week. So we will get to be together many times over the next week as I tell this story of Jesus and his cross. Well, that's kind of amazing, isn't it? It must be a really long story to have to tell it with so many videos. I wonder why this story is going to be so important. I wonder why there are crosses everywhere. Why so many kinds of crosses? Crosses all over the world. Sometimes I see people wear crosses around their neck. And this cross is made to carry in your pocket with you all the time. I wonder why this cross is so important to people, that they want to even carry it with us wherever we go. The thing I know about the story of the cross is that it's not an easy story. And you can't say that it's even a happy story. But what we can say is that this story is going to be true and it's going to be real. Sometimes when I go for a walk, I find rocks that I like. And I pick up rocks and I carry them with me. And sometimes I even save them at home to remember a journey that I went on. I have a rock I want to show you. This is a smooth and dark rock. It's just the kind of rock that I might pick up if I found it while I was out for a walk. It's the kind of rock that I would like to keep in my pocket. The cross is kind of like a rock, kind of like this rock. One that is real, one that we want to carry with us. A symbol we don't ever want to forget. So I think what I'm going to do with this rock is, as I begin this journey this week, I am going to carry this rock with me. And to remember, I'm going to paint a cross on it, just like this. Looks good. And I'm going to carry this rock with me all week long. When we're together for our videos, when I go to bed at night, maybe even when I eat my dinner, I'm going to bring this rock with me so that I can remember that I'm in a very special week and that I want to remember the story of Jesus and his cross. So I'm going to put this special rock over here by the candle. These are nice crosses. This one comes from Mexico. This one looks like from Russia. It's so bedazzled. I like these little crosses that I can put in my purse or my pocket. This one comes all the way from Madagascar in Africa. This one even has Jesus on it. Our story begins with a parade. I love parades. We can't have parades right now because we have to stay at home. But I love them. And our story begins with a big parade for Jesus. Jesus lived outside of a big city, and the big city was called Jerusalem. He lived in Galilee. He lived by a lake. He decided to go to Jerusalem. And when he did, people went ahead of him and said, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming. And do you know what the people of Jerusalem did when they heard that he was coming? They ran to the street where they knew he would be walking by to show how excited they were to welcome him. And you know what they did? They took tree branches, palm tree branches, similar to this. Palm trees were everywhere, and they cut them down, and they lined the streets where he would walk, and they held them up in their arms and hands, and they waved at Jesus when he went by. And they shouted a perfect word to show that they were excited to see Jesus. They shouted, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Here comes Jesus. You are welcome here, they were saying with that word. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Can you say it with me? Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. They were welcoming Jesus into their city and into their home. I wonder why everyone was so happy to see Jesus. I wonder why they wanted to welcome him to their city. I wonder if Jesus came down your street, would you run outside to see him? Would you wave tree branches in the air to show your excitement? Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Welcome, Jesus. Welcome, Jesus. We welcome Jesus into our week, into the beginning of our Holy Week this Palm Sunday. What part of the story that we heard today is important for you to hear? What part of the story do you want to tell your family about? This is a good story, and I hope you're like me and you can't wait for the next part of the story. If you want to think more about this story after the video, I put a craft for you to do on the computer. Your parents can print it off. There's a palm branch that you can color in and cut out. There is some games that you can play to learn more about Palm Sunday. There is a beautiful prayer that you can color in to remember that God is with you, especially during this time when we have to stay home inside. And of course, maybe you'll join me and find a rock and put a cross on it and carry it with you all week long so that you can remember the story of Jesus and his cross. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you soon. And God bless you.